家好，我是 Manda. Guo Yi de Tai Tai. Today I'd like to show you how you can have a little garden in your apartment and also how you can make it sustainable. By the end of this video, you'll know how to make a window box for your apartment. So I'm very aware that lots of people don't have a garden and live maybe in a high-rise apartment block, but hopefully if you've got a window that opens, you could put a little box outside, or you could actually have it inside as well. So I want to show you. This is a little box that Guo Yi brought back from China for me a long time ago. I don't know what the wood is, but I hope it's kind of sustainable. Anyway, I've had them a long time. But I wanted to say, as always, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to us. We are just a normal, small family. We don't have like a big production team or anything like that. So if you can, it would really help us if you could join as a fan, and then we can keep going. Thank you. There's a little red button in the corner, so please click that. What I did was I painted some like this, and I put a little pattern around it. Okay, so the first thing is, obviously, if you have something in this and you're going to water it, you need to make sure the water doesn't leak out. So I'm just going to use a bit of paper like that, put inside, and then I'm going to put a little bit of bubble wrap. I know it's not probably biodegradable, but you can wash it and keep it for a long time. So that's just going to go like that. Okay, and then you can just put some flowers in, okay, for your own little garden. So I've got, I don't know, depends where you are in the world, but in London it's springtime now, so we have a lot of little bulbs. These are mini daffodils called Tate. So I'm going to put maybe one of those in. And then this one, I don't know, this is absolutely beautiful, I think. It's called a fritillaria. And if you can see, look inside, it's so beautiful. Can you see? Ooh, without breaking it. Can you see how lovely that is? The yellow flower. So I put one of those in. And then this one here, this is an anemone, which this grows in the wild. Actually, all of these do, really. So that's very beautiful, I think, the anemone. Yeah. Put that in too. And then, I mean, I'm using all different kind of flowers, but you can obviously use whatever you like. And then this one is a little iris, a mini iris. You know, they come very, very early in spring, and then obviously later on in the year you get the really tall ones by lakes and ponds and things like that. So I'll put that in too. So basically that is your little mini garden. That's one. And then I've actually got a few left, so I bought a few. So the little Tates, I'm going to put one there, and then in the middle I'm going to put some mint, so you could actually take some leaves and make mint tea. You could even have a whole one that's just herbs. Okay, so put that there. Okay, so those are your two little mini gardeners. Okay, and the point about them is that it's sustainable, because when, for example, the daffodils, they're little bulbs, so when the flowers die down, you cut the flower stem, can you see just that bit there, down, and then you leave it, because all the nutrients come back down to the bulbs like that. But when it's completely finished, if you haven't got a garden, maybe you know someone who has, or maybe you can ask your local park or council if you could plant them in the park, because they're bulbs, so they'll come up every year. Same with the little irises, yeah? And these two will always come up as well, yeah? Plant them somewhere where people aren't going to tread on it. So basically, you'd have a lovely garden. And then, what you do then is replace what you've got with something else, okay? So you could have little mini roses or tulips would be gorgeous, yeah? And you could maybe have herbs. You could perhaps have bigger herb pots. So obviously these pots are can't be recycled, but you can get other pots that are made from recyclable material that you can just plant into the ground. But if you can't find them, don't worry, because you can use them again. For example, now's a very good time to get a little bit of compost, a little bit of earth, and then plant some, for example, sweet peas. They're ready to go now. So you could do that and put them on your windowsill. Anyway, I hope that's given you some ideas of how you can actually have your own little garden. in an apartment by the window. In terms of watering, you have to decide that yourself really. It's because it depends on a lot of things, how warm your flat is, how the plant feels. If it's very dry, water it, but don't overwater because that does kill the roots. But anyway, I hope that's given you some ideas of how you can change your little garden quite regularly. You don't need to waste anything. Give the flowers to somebody else, or ask your local park if you can plant them, and then everybody can enjoy them. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and one more thing is obviously something like that, the mint, it's a very small pot really, so as you cut it, it can't really grow back enough quickly. So again, if you were to cut it all down, put it in a garden, or better in a big pot, and then you could buy some more herbs, yeah? So you have to do it like that. Okay, thank you.